Long ago, a king and a queen were overjoyed to finally have a child. They had a great celebration and invited the fairies of the land to bless the child's life. One by one, they offered their gifts: beauty, grace, joy, kindness. But one fairy had been forgotten. She arrived furious and placed a curse on the newborn princess. Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on a spindle and die. The court was horrified. But one gentle fairy, who had not yet given her gift, softened the curse. She will not die, but fall into sleep, deep sleep. Hello, and welcome to Storytellers and the Alchemist, where we re-enchant the world one story at a time. I am Amira, and today we talk about Sleeping Beauty, the famous fairy tale you might have heard many times before. But today we'll dig deeper into our own Sleeping Beauty. The king and the queen were terrified. The king tried to prevent this fate. He banned all spinning wheels from the kingdom. Every spindle in the kingdom was burned, destroyed, or stored away, but the danger was still there. So they sent the princess away. She grew up in the woods, far from the noise of the world, raised in simplicity by three good and kind fairies. There she was safe, or so they thought. They kept her away from real danger, but also from real life she was meant to live. The princess was held in a kind of innocence. She was having fun, playing, enjoying life and nature, and for a time that protection was enough, until it wasn't. Fate has a way to find us, no matter how hard we try to hide. On the day the princess turned 16, something drew her towards what had been kept from her. She found a spindle. She touched it and she fell into deep slumber. And soon that sleep spread. The whole kingdom fell asleep with her. Everything paused, as if the life itself had dimmed. And with the passing of the years, a thick forest of thorns grew around the kingdom, sealing it off from the world, separating that sleeping world from anything that tried to reach it. From the outside, it seemed like a normal forest, but deep inside, there was something incredible sealed away from all human eyes. This is a part of the story we often rush past because this sleep is familiar, or maybe boring. It is the way we move through life, on the surface, functioning, doing what is expected, while something deep in us is no longer fully awake. The soul that once knew itself, that once moved with joy, playfulness, and presence, becomes distant, not gone, just not active in the way it once was, not fully alive. We become adapted to the world, but removed from our center. We live on autopilot. What we think is protecting us, our career, our home, our achievements, all this do not seem enough anymore. They actually seem to take us into deeper slumber, disconnecting us from who we truly are. They feel like the dense forest that grew around the sleeping princess, masking her from the world. Protecting her, maybe, but also veiling her from anything and anyone who could lend a hand and help wake her up. Time passes in the story. No effort can break through the dense forest. Many people tried, but nothing opened. And the world forgot about the princess. And the whole kingdom, it moved on. Yet, when the time is right, something will appear. Awakening cannot be forced. It subtly comes when we are ready. A calling, a message, a deep knowing. One day, a prince arrived. The thick forest of thorns parted for him. He found the sleeping princess, and with a kiss, he broke the spell. The princess awoke. The kingdom stirred back to life, and time, which had been paused, began to move again. The kiss in the story is often reduced to romance, but it points to something deeper. It is the return of the spirit, the part of us that was never asleep. even when everything else was. The breath that knows who we are beneath all the layers we have taken on over the years, all the bush, the thorn, the thickness of the forest. This is not a story about being saved by a knight with a shining armor. It is not about waiting for the Prince Charming to rescue the victimized soul. It is a total opposite. It is a story about something within us that can go dormant, and a quiet, persistent presence also within us that can bring it back to life. The bushes do not only grow around the castle, they can grow quietly around the heart, around the body, around the life that once knew how to live. We all have moments in life when we withdraw from the world, times when something inside us grows quiet, distant, asleep. Sometimes when life overwhelms us, the body does not fight or flee, it freezes, it shuts down, energy retreats inward, and the world begins to feel foggy, muted, distant. In our modern world, these states are given various names like chronic fatigue, burnout, fibromyalgia, emotional numbness, or dissociation, or even depression. Different names for different experiences, yet all pointing in their own way towards a body that has been carrying too much for too long. Breath becomes shallow, movement slows down, muscles stiffen, postures collapse. It might look like helplessness or giving up, and other times it looks like continuing to move through life on autopilot, riding the hamster wheel, struggling and striving, anxiously running and running, while something essential inside us quietly falls asleep. Like Sleeping Beauty, part of us waits behind the thorn, behind the bushes, until we are ready enough to wake up. Nature mirrors this wisdom everywhere. Seeds sleep beneath frozen earth. Trees appear dead in the winter. Animals hibernate when survival requires conservation of energy. The body too knows how to conserve life. Not all stillness is failure. Some parts of us sleep to survive. Some parts of us requires gentleness, safety, and patience. We cannot force a flower open in the middle of the winter. But when life stops flowing for too long, not only the soul, but also the body begins to whisper. Healing often requires warmth, rhythm, and movement. And when the spirit, this breath of the divine in us, touches what has been dormant, there is no struggle, no battle. It feels so smooth and natural, we simply wake up. The world on the outside might not change, but we do. And from there, life begins again with a deeper kind of knowing, of remembering. Until we meet again, may the stories you encounter guide you back to the quiet wisdom within. And if you feel called, please share with someone you feel they need a little wonder in their life today. Thank you.